Hey, welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. My name is Dr. Nought. We're at Act 3, Scene 4, Hall of the Mountain King. Let's get into this. We're going to do a slightly shorter episode today because we did such a long one last time, so I'm shooting for about 20 minutes. Act 3, Scene 4. What was it called? Hall of the Mountain King. The only option on the zero for us to stop at. So again, we'll do a slightly shorter one today. We'll see. That's the idea. What do you suppose happened here? Some kind of storm washed it away? Or just a slow drip from the ceiling wearing it down? Take a look at the bridge before I talk to Johnny. The bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair. Okay. Time to cut him loose, man. Well, now I'm having fun. Ha, okay. Slow night anyway. Boardwalk, apparently. Oh, it goes up there. Okay, I see. Rope. Gotta check out what this is about. A loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust. Okay, can I grab it? What do you want? There's just rope there? Computers? Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. Now it looks like a pet carrier or something up there. Yeah, pet carrier. Whoa. Not get ahead of ourselves here, but whoa. Pet carrier for a cat or small dog has been left by the path. Calcified rag wadded in the corner may once have been a blanket. Oh my, there's a person. Take a look at that backpack there. Next to a huge pyre, there's just a person. Weaver? Maybe, I don't know. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. Take a look at the fire, I guess, first. Everyone's running up here too, so that's good. It's not just us. Or not just Conway, rather. A pile of discarded electronics burns steadily in the center of the chamber. Amy. Okay. Oh, it's triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. Shannon, you're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. To Conway, and you're escorting her, pretending to have her interest at heart, while really... Junebug. Really, you're in love with the young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him out of the picture. Junebug, I'm into it. Well, maybe I still have the knack. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot, bodice-ripping stuff, you know? I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment, just me and my thesaurus, steaming up the windows. Why did you stop writing? You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that. Inject a little libido into those ugly beige boxes. Ha! So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interaction. And then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played around with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Does she have anything else to say? A woman in a tattered cardigan looks furtively at the other people around the fire. Oh, there's an old man down here. Let's go this way. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Softly. Where the old green river runs, through the hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. Oh, who are you? What's that song? Oh, you've caught a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. An old Kentucky where my love a lovely home did build for me, and where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and that is... What were we talking about? What's that computer over there? It looks pretty vintage. It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat-up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot. Or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively and in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. And that's to say nothing of the software, but... You look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffuse-based transistor circuitry? The mold would... no. I think it would short circuit, right? Certainly, but not all of it. Some moldy filaments are more or less conductive than others, and it grows in non-linear chaotic patterns. We can guide it a bit through a simple application of classical horticulture, but we can't produce specific results. Only tendencies. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. We are mere gardeners in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare. The caves stretch far away. We are too late. Always too late. What? Did you say something? You were about to tell us about the software. Oh, the software, my life's work. Xanadu. You've heard of it? Perhaps you've read about it in a journal? It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article, Literary Multitudes, Hypertextual Narrative as Post-Structural Witness. Evolved. And then deteriorated. I'm afraid you are too late, fellow hypertext enthusiasts. As the mold accumulated on the circuitry, Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted, then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? I drive deliveries for a small antique shop and we're closing down. Shuffling around the dusty ghosts of antiquity. Well, I have my own ghosts, and I keep them in there, in Xanadu. It's running on that glorious dusty machine. Take a look if you'd like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce. Anyway, far too late to do anything. We can take a look. Can we take a look? Don't think so. Let's talk to Andrew. This is a weird community, isn't it? Do you know that when I first... No, I mean, if this cave were larger, could it... Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it. How would you characterize this space? The one we're standing in now? Seems endless. You have no idea how right you are. Decades of mapping and notating. But how can you tell? What formal quality makes it seem endless, you know? The shadows seem to stretch forever. Sure, that's... But they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be. They're projections, or maybe they're anatomies? How's that? Can you tell where we are now? surrounded by creeping anatomies. Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? Okay. Good. Now, you are standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. What are all these computers for? Computers? Oh, now I remember. I was writing on them. I described a cave. That was my job. Describe the cave. There's a great history of caves in the literature, don't you know? The walls are frozen rivers of orange stone. Isn't that vivid? I had a lot to live up to. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on his project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing. Someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor, instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours, believe me. I've put in the hours. I described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often, in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write, and all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. Oh, there's Xanadu. There's a gate. Let's go take a look at Xanadu. Behind these massive doors. A massive gate constructed out of scavenged materials blocks passage down the far side of the spire. How do I get to Roberta? Oh, I see. The kingdom is in peril. Well, what else is new? Where's the kingdom? You're in the throne room. There are 3 legendary treasures hidden throughout the castle that will restore these ruins to their former glory. What do they look like? She's messing with you, kid. Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror that prevents the future, a magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic chest that's always filled with... I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took the public libraries like a beachcomber. Or I took to the public libraries like a beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into seances. No, wait, what? Senescence? Into senescence, not seances. Okay, so finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. There you go. The kingdom is in peril. You don't say. Xanadu. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. Can we put some electricity to this? How do you think we get it started? This old thing, maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh, it has a run key. Act 3, Scene 5. Xanadu. Interesting. What the hell? Xanadu. Upside down and backwards. Wait, it's getting there. At Den of Ardo? What is this? What am I doing? You are stalling at the eat of blah 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 blah. Ha, this thing is in rough shape. Do these switches do anything? Conway flips an unlabeled switch. You are standing at the end of the road before a small wriggling Aaron, aren't you? Okay. Okay, that's worse. Yeah, try typing help. That's... that I recognize. In... Bled out? You are in big quilt. Well, east-west message with toes everywhere? Whoa. It's like Joseph and Lula. Joseph and Lula. Remove the computer. Immediate. Trying on beef backs and being... I don't know what that says. That's the script, and so everything on you out. Did that say Lula? Lula. Something Donald. It may as well. Something inventory. I've got the time machine and the blank parts from the School of Music. It's blank timed out my voice so we won't have to type, so I don't know. Joseph has high and the panache punch cards he transcribed for the something. Read him. He's to the typewriter, the paper. This noise is driving me nuts. And you've got the displace. How's something holding up? Damn, I can't tell what she's saying. Oh, I have my portable degausser with me. All systems like this, one can build up a remnant magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The degausser clears that up by suddenly shaking the magnetic field around until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it anyway, like shaking a snow globe. Haha, worth a shot. Alright, just do it. There you go. Follow the Mountain King, that's right. Xanadu, I stumbled in a cave after what may have been years. You stumbled into a tunnel in a cave. Well, okay. Stalactites are on the ceiling like great something. Enormous rock spire. This is where you blank set up your something. Premature end of a file. Press any key to quit. This is a lost cause. What a piece of junk. Okay. Maybe that would have worked. Maybe I clicked it too many times. I don't know. Alright, we're to scene 6 now in Act 3. Back out in the Hall of the Mountain King. I think right here is where we're going to stop it. We'll continue in the Hall of the Mountain King next time. Let's see what happens here first, though. Bizarre. And what was that about Lula? Maybe Donald knows how to clear it up a bit. Yeah, so we'll go talk to Donald back this way about Lula. And I think the other name was Joseph. So let's keep that in mind. And we'll ask about it next time. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.